Hello students, welcome to class 6 science. Chapter 11, light, shadows and reflections. We see so many objects around us, colorful and different. On the way to school, we see things like buses, cars, cycles, trees, animals, sometimes flowers. Or do you think we see all those objects? Think of the same places at night time if we were completely dark. Suppose you go inside a completely dark room. Are you able to see any objects in the room? But when you light a candle or a torch, you can see the object present in the room, isn't it? Without light, things cannot be seen. Light helps us see objects. The torch bulb is an object that gives out light of its own. The sun is another familiar object that gives its own light. During the day, its light allows us to see objects. Objects like the sun that give out or emit light on their own are called luminous objects. Transparent, opaque and translucent objects. We already studied about these things in chapter 4. Let us recall this. If we cannot see an object at all, it is called an opaque object. If you are able to see clearly through an object, it is allowing light to pass through it. It is called transparent. There are some objects which we can see, but not very clearly. Such objects are known as translucent. What exactly are shadows? In the morning, do you see the sunlight falling on some objects? Those objects create a dark patches on the ground, which are called shadows. With your friends, try standing against the sunlight. You will see your own shadows falling on the ground. And try making movements with yourself, and that appears in the shape of patches on the ground as you do. Now go home and light a torch and place an object in front of it. Do you see a black patch on the wall? Shadows show us the exact shape of the objects. Any hard object can make a shadow in presence of light. Do you know an interesting fact? A temple known as Brihadareshwara Temple in South India, Tamil Nadu is an example in which the shadow doesn't fall on the ground no matter the position of the sun. Ancient Indians were so knowledgeable that they built this temple to make sure that no shadow would ever on any part of the time fall on the ground. Try visiting that temple once. Now go into a dark room and lit a candle or a torch and try making different shapes with your hands. You see, those things are called puppets. You can even play with those puppets and we call them shadow puppets. A pinhole camera. Surely we need a lot of complicated stuff to make a camera. Not really. If we just wish to make a simple pinhole camera, take two equal boxes and cut out the ends of the boxes. Now try placing one box inside the other. If it fits, remove the boxes and make a bigger hole of square shape in one box and a simple dot hole in another box. Now try attaching a parchment paper or a butter paper to the big hole and close it. Now, congratulations, you have made a pinhole camera. Now, try seeing different objects from the hole of the camera. Try looking around for trees. Is the tree inverted? Also, try looking at people walking nearby. Isn't it fun? Now, try looking at sun. Remember, you can't look at sun directly with your eyes. Use the pinhole camera and see. The shape of the sun tends to appear on the parchment paper. Mirrors and reflections. We all use mirrors at home. You look into the mirror and see your own face inside the mirror. What you see is a reflection of your face in the mirror. We also see reflections of other objects that are in front of a mirror. Sometimes we see reflections of trees, buildings, and other objects in the water of a pond or a lake. Now with your friend, go into a dark room with a few mirrors and a torch. On the torch and forward it towards the direction of a mirror. Do you see that the light is being reflected? The bending of light is usually called as reflection of light. You may do another activity. Try placing a comb in front of a mirror and on the light. What do you see? You see two types of shadows falling. One directly from the comb and another reflecting of the comb from the mirror. As we were talking about shadows and reflection, here is another fun fact. The temple architecture in Hampi is designed in such a way that the inverted shadow of the Raja Gopuram falls more than 300 feet away on a wall of a Shalu Mantapa at the other end of the Virupaksha temple. This happens through a small opening which acts as an aperture. Isn't it fun knowing about our ancient histories? Try visiting some temples which are of great importance in our country.